Hi everyone, today I will explain you ordering and comparing real numbers in the number line. And we're going to use the Dragon Ball Z characters to explain this topic. Basically, you're going to organize them in the number line and then you are going to compare some distance. So for this situation, we are going to use this problem. The Dragon Ball Z characters are located at the following distance. This distance is in kilometer from the Dragon Balls. These Dragon Balls. You have to locate it then in the correct position, then compare the distance using less than, greater than, or equal to. Before to start locating the Dragon Ball Z characters, you have to remember that we have the real numbers. In the set of real numbers, we have natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational and irrational numbers, and all of them are real number. And we have another type of number that is called complex number. But in this class, we are going to study just real numbers, natural, whole, integers, rational, irrational numbers. So, as you can see here, we have dot characters, and they are trying to locate these Dragon Balls. So Majin Buu, it's the negative 4 kilometer position. Vegeta, it's negative 2.55. Goku, a 13/4. Krillin, 1.56. Piccolo, 2.73. Gohan, negative 3. And Mr. Satan, negative 7.457. So our work is going to locate them in the correct position from the Dragon Balls. So how are we going to do? Remember, we can use approximations in the number line. So for example, here we have two Majin Buu, it's in the negative 4. So we are going to locate him in the negative 4. And we are going to reduce the figure, and we are going to locate it here. And we can use a point. I'm going to use this point to locate here. It's in the negative 4 position, and then we're going to use this line to represent him that is in the negative 4 kilometer. Remember, the kilometer, we apply the absolute value to represent as a positive quantity. Now we are going to locate to Vegeta. Vegeta, it's in negative 2.55 kilometers, so that means that it's in the negative part from the number line, or it's here. Remember, negative 255, it's between negative 2 and negative 3. So maybe we are going to locate him in this position. So here, and we are going to use this one to represent maybe 2.55, it's in this position. So we are going to represent with this point here. And we are going to use now a line to connect them. So it's gonna be here. Now we are going to represent to Goku. Goku is 13/4. For this one, what do you have to do? You need to divide 13 divided by 4. 13 divided by 4. So if you don't know how to or what number is the fraction, you can use, or you can represent that as a simple division. So, and when you divide 13 over 4, you're gonna get 3.25. You can pass these fractions to decimal. And 3.25, it's between 3 and 4, so we are going to locate him in this position. So I'm gonna move here, and I'm gonna locate it here. 3.5. 3.25, it's in this position, so we are going to locate it here. Between less than 3.5, so we are going to use an exact, it's not the exactly position, but it's the approximation, and it's going to be his position. Now we are going to continue with Krillin. Krillin, it's in 1.56. We are going to identify in the number line 1.56 is between 1 and 2. So between 1 and 2 we have 1.56, so it's after the middle. So we are going to locate it in 1.56. So it's gonna be here. and then you can represent with a line like this. Now we're gonna continue with Picoro. Picoro is 2.73. 2.73 is between 2 and 3. So we are going to move to Picoro to this position. 2.73, the Picoro's position, it's here. And we are going to use a point to represent that distance. So maybe it's closer than 3 but not than 3. So 2.73, it's in this position. And then we are going to connect with a line. And we'll have 2.73, that is the locations to Picoro. Now we're going to continue with Gohan. Gohan is in -3. So Gohan is closer to Vegeta here. So we're going to locate to, it's in this position. Remember, -3, it's an integer number. So, and then we are going to connect them with a number, with a line, like this. And this is the Gohan's position. Gohan's is closer than Vegeta, and Majin Buu is closer to Gohan. Then we have to Mr. Satan, and Mr. Satan is -7,457. So maybe Mr. Satan is in that position. I don't have an exactly number here, but I'm going to use after -7, so we're going to use here, for example. Okay, and this is the position to Mr. Satan. Now I'm going to move it here, this one to connect, and here. And then if you want to locate to we already have all of them are located from the Dragon's Balls. As you can see, we have Mr. Satan. It's so far from the Dragon's Balls. And Goku is closer to Dragon Balls. Then we have to Piccolo. Then we have to Krillin. Then Vegeta. Then Gohan. And Majin Buu. And finally, we have to Mr. Satan. So the final distance is from Mr. Satan. Now we are going to arrange them, or we are going to compare the distance using less than, greater than, or equal to. So the first one is to, the last one is to Mr. Satan. So we are going to here to Mr. Satan, then we have to Majin Buu, then we have to Majin Buu, and then I'm going to arrange, then we have to Gohan, then Vegeta, then Krillin, Goku, and finally it's gonna be Piccolo and Goku. Now we're going to arrange them from least to greater. So the first one is going to be Mr. Satan, then we have to Majin Buu, so Majin Buu is gonna be here. Then after Majin Buu, remember we have to Gohan here. Then after Gohan, we have, so this is Gohan positions. We have Gohan, and then we have to Vegeta. Then we have to Krillin. Then we have to Piccolo, and finally we have to Goku. This is the arrangement from least to greater. So to represent that, we are going to use a symbol less than or greater than. So you can write, for example, here less than, because this distance is less than from this one. Gohan is less than the distance from Gohan is less than from Vegeta. Then this one. Then we have like this, and then we have like this. So the character that is closer is, you compare the number line and this one. The character that is closer to the Dragon's Balls is Goku with 3.25 kilometers. Remember, we convert the fractions in decimals, so you have to divide these two numbers. So, and we already located that real quantities or real distance in the number line. So remember, first we have located to Mr. Satan because it's -7.457, then to Majin Buu, then Gohan, then Vegeta, that Vegeta is closer to Krillin, and Krillin is closer to Piccolo, and Piccolo is closer to Goku, and Goku is closer to the Dragon's Ball. So remember, in real numbers, we have natural, whole, integer, rational, and irrational. This number, the positions, Majin Buu's positions, it's an integer. This one, it's a rational number. This is a rational number, rational number, rational number, because we have terminating. We have a rational number and we have an integer number. But this integer even is irrational, and the negative 4 too. So at the end, we already know that Goku is closer to the Dragon's Ball, and then we have Piccolo and Krillin that are the most closer to the Dragon's Ball.